Hello everybody, welcome to the 100 sub special. It's not going to be super special, I'm just going to kind of go over and tell you guys what my favorite Pokemon of each type is, and don't worry, I'm going to shorten this down both for this video and for a shorts video, just so you guys have some extra little content to go back through and watch in case you need a reference point. So, we're going to start off this one with the list that's going to pop up on the screen here, and we're going to go from left to right all the way through the typings. So first and foremost, my favorite bug type Pokemon is Scizor. Yes, I know he's a bug steel, but I love Gen 2. Gen 2 was the first game I ever played, and Scizor is just so good looking, great design, and a super strong Pokemon to boot. Rolling on over to the dark types, I have to give it to Darkrai. Darkrai is just such a cool Pokemon. I remember beating the crap out of my family members, playing on our 3DSs. I had a hacked in Darkrai, which really wasn't the bad part of that. I didn't understand IVs or EVs. I literally just wanted the pure move set of Dark Void and Nightmare on top of having Dream Eater and his Nightmare ability. So that way it was like, you know, just so much damage at the end of a turn. You easily just took a Pokemon down to 50%. He is great and cool looking as well. Going on over to Goodra, who is going to be our dragon type favorite. I love Goodra. I don't know what it is about Goodra. I just look at Goodra and I'm just happy. So, I mean, there's not much more to say about that. So let's go to the electric types. Now, this was very, very close for me. I wanted to go with Galvantula. Galvantula looks so good. He's a great Pokemon, both competitively and just all around good. However, because of the early 2000s with the introduction of Pichu in these shorts video, I love Pichu. Pichu is a great Pokemon. He's cute. I mean, he's not great, but man, is he cute, and he makes up for it. Going over to the fairy type, I'm going to give this one to Dachshund. Dachshund is cute. He's adorable. I grew up with a Dachshund who recently passed away, like maybe a couple years ago. And yeah, no, I love Dachshunds. Therefore, Dachshund is my favorite fairy Pokemon. My favorite fighting Pokemon, however, was a very close second to another Gen 2 Pokemon of Hitmontop. However, I'm going to be giving this one to Grapploct. Grapploct is such a cool Pokemon. He is great looking. He is super strong. He is just very bizarre looking, however, but the shiny variant and the normal variant just have great vibrant colors. They pop really good, and he just is a great Pokemon. As for our fire type Pokemon, yeah, nope, we're going straight back to Gen 2. We got Cyndaquil. He's my favorite Pokemon, bar none. He is part of the logo along the background of the channel, if that's still going to be there forever, but I love it. He is a cute Pokemon, and yeah, great Pokemon. Best starter all. You know, I will fight you. I will die on this hill for it. My favorite flying Pokemon, however, is going to be a little bit different. You might argue with me here and say this is not just a flying Pokemon. You know, he's more of something else rather than a flying Pokemon, and that is going to be Aerodactyl. Yes, I understand that he's more of a rock type than a flying type, but dude, what is better than a freaking Pterodactyl? Like, tell me. He is great, and he's a great Gen 1 Pokemon. We're sticking with Aerodactyl. Going for the ghost type, I'm going to be a very basic boy here, and I'm choosing Gengar. I love Gengar. He's just a great Pokemon. He's super cool. I played competitively, so I just loved Mega Gengar, regular Gengar. He's just fun to use and really evil in certain situations. Speaking about competitive stuff, the grass type here, I'm giving it to Trevenant. Not only is Trevenant shiny really good, however, if you can go back onto my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Masfiro, there's no 95 for that one, you can actually see a fun little clip of me battling one of my friends way back in the day, and Harvest Trevenant just absolutely murdered him. He was able to use Leech Seed with a Citrus Berry and Harvest, and you just never went down. I believe he also had Horn Leech, so there was just all this sustain and a ton of great damage coming out. Yeah, Trevenant, easily one of the most underrated Pokemon if you haven't played with him before. Now, this is not going to be any real surprise. There's not many ground Pokemon that I like. I love Claydol. That's definitely one of those. However, I'm giving this one to the newest Generation 9 Pokemon, Clodsire. I did not care for Wooper in Gen 2. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I had a fire Pokemon, but Quagsire also I did not like. Now, with the newest edition of Clodsire, I am just too happy. He's smiling, he's derpy, he is perfect. Now, I might need some pronunciation people here for this next one, but my favorite ice-type Pokemon is Regice or Regice, however you'd like to pronounce it. I'm going to pronounce it Regice because everything else is a Reggie and he's not, so Regice it is. And yeah, Gen 3, great game. The movies with all the Reggies in it, Regice bar none scared me the most as a child, and yep, nope, he will forever live rent-free in my head. Now, this one's coming up here. It's going to be our normal type. It is going to be one of my favorite Pokemon. It's purely for a reason of not only is it my second, it evolves into one of my second favorite Pokemon in the entire game and the entire franchise, and that is going to be Eevee. And the story that comes with Eevee is when I was 5 years old, not only did I have just gotten Pokemon Crystal and I was playing Pokemon Crystal, hence all the fun Gen 2 Pokemon that you're going to see on this list, but he actually had a Pokemon card for his birthday that he did not want because he wanted to share with me, and that very first Pokemon card was Eevee. And if I remember, I'm actually going to put the card up here on the screen so you can see exactly which card is the nostalgia factor of why I love Eevee as my favorite normal type. Going into our poison types. Now, there's a lot of good poison types. I love a lot of the poison types. They are great designs. They're super strong. However, my favorite poison type is Venomoth. Venomoth is a great Pokemon. Super underrated in Gen 1. It can learn Psychic, so it's really good. It resists fighting type attacks. It's also a very strong bug Pokemon, as well as it gets Quiver Dance. Now, if you haven't used Venomoth and you're sleeping on Venomoth, do not sleep on Venomoth. It is a crazy good Pokemon. Now we're going to go over to Psychics, and this is what I meant by Eevee evolving into my second favorite Pokemon in the entire franchise. It literally goes Cyndaquil / Typhlosion to this Pokemon, then down to Gengar, and that is actually going to be Espeon. I don't know what it is about Espeon, just like a couple of the other Pokemon. I love Espeon. Espeon, I believe, is one of the cutest Pokemon in the entire franchise, and it's great. I mean, maybe it's the fact that I played Pokemon Coliseum so much as a kid, but I love Espeon. Espeon is such a cool Pokemon, and I actually prefer Espeon over Shiny Umbreon, who's definitely better than just regular Umbreon in that regard, but Shiny Espeon, I strongly dislike. However, regular Espeon in this pink-purple format, oh yeah, give me Espeon any day. Now we're going to roll over to the dark types, and this is another one that wins me over almost purely because of its shiny form, and that is Gigalith. Gigalith is such a great, cool design, and changing over from its normal blue and red rocks over to like almost a purple and blue aspect is beautiful. It is pleasant to the eye, the colors are vibrant, they pop just like Grapploct, but almost in a different way. Grapplocks are more like super bright and vibrant, however Gigaliths are a little bit more muted, but the contrast between the colors allows it to be vibrant in a way that's not too harsh on the eyes. Going for our steel types, we're going back to the basic boy properties. I'm picking Metagross. Metagross is a great Pokemon. He's super, I wouldn't say challenging to get in Gen 3. I mean, you don't get him until like the 7th gym, and then there's still a long level up process with him, and he's just super weak for the beginning half. But we're going with Metagross. Again, shiny Metagross. How can you not love the silver and gold angry face boy? I love regular Metagross. I love shiny Metagross. I love Mega Metagross, and I love shiny Mega Metagross. There is nothing you could say or do that will make Metagross not number 4 in my heart, because he's just there right behind Gengar. And then finally, to wrap it up with the most amount of Pokemon in any game, and that is the water types. And yeah, no, you're probably gonna have guessed this, but Generation 2 being my favorite game, I'm giving it to Suicune. I love Suicune. I'm sorry, there's not much more I can say about that, except for Gen 2 is my first game, Pokemon Crystal is my first game, therefore Suicune is my favorite Pokemon. If you guys liked this video, and hopefully you'll like the short format out of this video as well, go ahead, drop a like, drop a sub, leave your comment in what your favorite Pokemon are in here, and maybe at some point we're going to do a fun little tier list based on what people like and see what the most liked Pokemon was around our current community. So I hope you guys drop a comment of what your favorite Pokemon are. Tell me why your favorite fire Pokemon Cyndaquil, because we all know there's nothing that's going to compete with him, and I will see you guys in the next video.